Got the bug on the way, it's part of the service. Good morning, everybody. Suresh Vittal. Nice to be here. Second time at LUMA. I was at the digital media conference 4 years ago, right after we got acquired by Adobe as Neolane, and we were talking about some of the transition. One of the things I love about this conference's agenda is so many entrepreneurs, so many strategic buyers and thinkers, all in one room, discussing topics that are important to all of us. So let me start by introducing myself. I think Brian kind of captured what I focus on, which is the Adobe Cloud Platform, Adobe's go-to-market strategy in the Experience Cloud, and how we drive integration across our solution sets. So as representing the Adobe business unit, I'll talk to you a little bit about what our strategy is, how we view the world. And I believe we are in the early innings of a major disruption that's happening with our customers, with brands, and how they relate with consumers. And we call this at Adobe the experience business wave, right? If you think about technology and technology disruptions, there've been these disruptions happen every 20 or so years. We saw the back office wave happen when brands and boards decided they were going to invest in integrating their back office. So manufacturing systems and accounts payables and receivables and invoicing and supply chain. And this resulted in the ERP category. And very quickly, every company adopted that, and that became table stakes for the board to focus on. And it drove kind of margin expansion and other objectives like that. And once that became table stakes, now brands had to look for another layer of differentiation. They started to focus on the front office. How do we replace the sales guy's Rolodex, the big fat binder that sits on his desk, with an electronic system? And that gave rise to the CRM and focused on Salesforce automation. And that created differentiation for a period of time. I believe we're in this next wave of change. And you could argue that this next wave actually started from the first days of digital. It wasn't a matter of if this was going to happen, it was only a question of when this was going to happen. And it's happening now, right? We call this the experience business way, where the focus for the brands, the areas of differentiation that brands can drive, is by focusing on the customer and more specifically, the customer's experience with the brand, right? How do they deliver that experience? How do they create that experience? And we know today consumers don't just want your product or your service. They want an experience, the experience that wraps around the commerce, the experience that wraps around the browsing, the buying, the using, the advocating of what you have to offer. A latte is no longer just a latte, right? Coffee has become a lifestyle. It's the ambiance, it's the music, it's the Wi-Fi connection, it's the flavors. And this happens in financial services, to drop another industry, right? How you transact with your bank today is completely different from how we talked to them 5 years ago. Financial technology is changing to focus on the customer experience. Banking now offers full service convenience, anywhere at any time. The apps will allow you to deposit the check, will allow you to transfer funds at the click of a button. These are just a couple of examples. Every industry is facing this. And in order to create these experiences, I believe you need to put art and science to work, right? Our biggest brands are focused on this all the time. Great content will always be fundamental to the customer's experience, because you need to break through, the brand needs to break through the noise that surrounds the customer. Because content needs to be eye-catching, it needs to be simple, it needs to speak to the consumer in a single voice across every channel. And that comes from the data, right? The data that personalizes that content. Data informs who to talk to, how to talk to them, and together data and content form that bedrock of the consistent, exceptional experience the consumers crave. And every enterprise today is going to start to think about this differently. Every customer conversation I have today with some of the biggest brands in the world is focused on exactly this. How do we change our enterprise architecture to meet the real-time, ever-changing customer experience demands of our consumers? And the traditional batch-based silos that Brian just talked to us about just won't cut it, right? They need to look at this from a different lens. How do we build this enterprise architecture? And how do we give consumers what they're craving for? So our customers, we believe, need the Experience Cloud. What is the Adobe Experience Cloud? It's the first purpose-built system created to power the experience businesses. We've brought together industry-leading products, and our product strategy has always been very consistent. It's been about winning the best-of-breed battle, making sure our individual products deliver exceptional capabilities to practitioners, to channel marketers, to data analysts, so we're able to drive their usage and their consumption, and at the same time, deliver integration. Our customers don't want to redo the same activities over and over again in different products. And therefore, it requires us to deliver exceptional integration across our products. And we do this by involving our partners as well, right? So we've got a robust ecosystem of a broad partner ecosystem that allows us to complete and deliver this extensible platform. We also include a set of core services in our platform, services that act as connective tissue across our products, whether it's common profiles, unified assets, a common mobile SDK. We give all of these to our customers with our solutions so they can orchestrate and optimize and use the products that they use at the pace that they need to, right? And that's the Experience Cloud at a top level. Let me go a little deeper into some of the products and the solutions within it. First, let me talk to you about the Analytics Cloud. Analytics Cloud is the core system of intelligence. It informs the experience business. It brings context to online and offline data. The products within the Analytics Cloud, Adobe Analytics and Adobe Audience Manager, work well together, drive understanding of the consumer, and then syndication of audiences. Next, Adobe Advertising Cloud. World's largest cross-channel advertising platform lets brands identify and engage consumers by offering them consistent and relevant experiences across channels, search, display, television. And now all media planning is integrated into a single platform. Media Optimizer DSP, the search, and the dynamic creative optimization capabilities. The two mobile acquisition can power some of our ad cloud capabilities. And then the Marketing Cloud. Undisputed leader in digital marketing. This is where our brands drive personalization, targeting, cross-channel campaign management, and this is how we support our customers in thinking about how they manage a customer experience and drive personalization at scale. The products that fit within here, Adobe Experience Manager, Adobe Campaign, Adobe Target, Primetime, and so on. So that's the Adobe Cloud platform and the Adobe Cloud solutions. And underpinning all of these is the Adobe Cloud Platform. The Adobe Cloud Platform is our single biggest product investment this year. This is where we're putting all our resources and where our vision's headed. We're trying to solve the inherent problems of disparate connections, right? And Brian talked really well about these silos that exist within an organization that are generally channel-based. And frankly, this prevents our customers from driving an integrated experience delivery. And we actually want to go a step further. It's not just about the experience delivery, but it's about allowing these insights to flourish and flourish in real time and allow for this real-time experiences to happen at scale. So the problem we are trying to solve when we tried to design the problem was focused on three big principles, right? First, we wanted this platform to speak the language of the experience business, and I'll dig into what I mean there a little more. Second, we needed it to be open. Our customers live in heterogeneous environments. They use many different technologies, and so we had to allow for extensibility in some control frameworks that guaranteed customer success. And third, it had to have intelligence at its core. Our solutions were always built with built-in algorithms and AI and machine learning, but we needed to go a step further, right? We needed to kind of open up some of these algorithms and machine learning capabilities so our partners could plug their IP in as well, right? So let's spend a couple of minutes on how we're thinking about this. The language of the experience business. I believe it's time for a single language that describes customer experiences across the enterprise, right? It's really hard for brands to operate when a campaign as defined by an analytics system looks completely different from a campaign object that's defined by a campaign management system, which then looks different from how a DSP thinks about a campaign, right? Brands and marketers spend a bunch of their time just sorting through and translating these definitions and the meanings across these many different systems. So we focus on standardizing the language of experiences across our solutions first, and then we're working with a bunch of partners, companies like Zendesk, Accenture, Microsoft, in describing this common experience language. Next year, we'll put that out in the public domain, and we'll allow our partners to start to contribute to it and start to consume it as well. This common language, we believe, should allow disparate systems to talk to one another. That's how I think an analytics system and a loyalty platform will share information, and how a loyalty system will then pass information to a WCM and allow that to work together, right? Far too much time is spent by brands working across IT and marketing and ops teams trying to solve this integration challenge. And I think experience data models will go a long way in solving that. Second, we strongly believe we're not building this hub for experience business on our own, right? Today, thousands of partners work with Adobe already using our platform, and we continue to kind of expand this rich ecosystem. As ISVs in the room, as you think about working with Adobe, I'd encourage you to kind of look at our ecosystem, look at our partnership, look at capabilities like Exchange and Adobe I/O, in which we're making huge investments in ensuring that our partners get access to all of the capabilities that, frankly, our solutions have access to. From an infrastructure perspective, we're investing in partner portals. Reach out to me if you want to. Reach out to Cody at adobe.com, and he can connect you to the right product organizations to join our partner portal. Adobe I/O is the one-stop destination for all Adobe APIs. You'll get access to the same APIs that our products have access to, and work off of that. And then Adobe Exchange is our marketplace for our customers to discover and start to use our partner products. All of these leverage the platform. We can't have these infrastructure investments without the program investments. So the programs that we're investing in, as I talked about earlier, Adobe Exchange is kind of the business program that helps partners engage with Adobe and get value out of their investments in Adobe. Adobe Exchange is also how you get access to our go-to-market and our sales organizations. Next, the AI and machine learning capability. For us, the secret sauce has always been about how we invest in AI and machine learning to drive the efficiency and the effectiveness of our products. But unlike other AI initiatives, we don't think about this as a broad horizontal area of focus for us. Adobe Sensei, which is what our AI and ML framework is called, really focus on three big areas. One, we're focused on helping our customers understand content. If you think about the amount of content that Adobe products touch and the amount of data that flows through the Adobe cloud systems, it puts us in a unique place to help our customers, brands, global brands, understand how content is used, how content needs to be created, how content needs to be assembled. So understanding content and understanding that unstructured data inside a business is a big part of what Adobe Sensei does. Two, Adobe Sensei is focused on experience intelligence. Right? Our customers want to understand how to go from intent to consumption very quickly. And so how to use AI and machine learning inside our products to go from intent to consumption. So a lot of our algorithms and a lot of our IPs focused on experience intelligence. And then three, computational creativity. Right? The Adobe creative products are used by most of the creatives in the world to build and design experiences from the ground up. Right? How do we make the power of Adobe's creative products available to the masses? And so our AI and machine learning efforts are focused on making sure our creatives can use the products, and hobbyists can use the products at the same level as the professional creatives can. So as you think about it, computational creativity, which is how do you accelerate the creation and the development of experiences, understanding content, how do you bring structure to what's largely an unstructured data problem, and then experience intelligence, how do you go from intent to consumption and amplify the experience quotient of the brand. Those are the three areas we're focused on. Underpinning those three kind of domains of machine learning and AI, we've got a shared AI ML framework, and we open that up to our partners so they can plug into the data and content and start to drive their business against that. And of course, we make that available to our customers as well, so they can start to bring their own algos and IP into the platform. So that was a quick flyby of the Adobe Experience Cloud and the Adobe Experience Cloud business. Just to recap, I talked to you about the 3 clouds within the Adobe Experience Cloud: Analytics Cloud, Advertising Cloud, and Marketing Cloud. We talked about the Adobe Cloud Platform, partners, both agency partners, SI partners, and ISVs. Access into our platform, into our data and content platforms is through Adobe Exchange and Adobe I/O. Think about Adobe I/O as our API gateway and access to our product APIs. And then Adobe Sensei, which I think about as kind of the superpower behind a lot of our products that opens up our products for AI and machine learning. Thanks for the time. I'll be here the rest of the day. We've got a small Adobe team here as well, so happy to catch up more.